Today we celebrate the 12th day of Christmas, the Epiphany. Epiphany meaning a manifestation, a revelation, a showing forth. But, of course, there can be no revelation unless there's someone to receive it. Revelation implies a receiver. And sometimes the differences between the Gospels help us to understand a lot. Not just when the Gospels coincide, but the differences takes us in different ways to the complete truth. Now at Christmas we heard St. Luke's Gospel of the birth of Jesus. No magi. There were shepherds in an important way. Today we've just heard St. Matthew's Gospel. No shepherds. The magi, the wise men, are at the center. So what are these differences telling us? The revelation, the Epiphany in St. Luke to the shepherds is extremely religious. It is full of religious words. And the shepherds, we're told, were nearby. Not just nearby physically, which they were, but nearby in their belief. And so the angels could speak to them in very religious terms. Go and find someone from the house of David. Go and find the Lord, the Messiah. All those are religious words from the history of Israel, the faith of Israel, that could only be understood, to the extent we ever understand what God says to us, by someone of faith. There is none of that in the Magi, and they come from far away, you notice. Not just far away physically, unlike the shepherds, but far away from the richness of religious language. We don't know who they were. We don't even know what the word means. Here is translated as wise men, magoi. Sometimes they're called kings. Sometimes they're thought to be a kind of astronomers. Who knows? That's all part of what's been told to us. We've no idea how many there were. At least 2, because it's plural. There could be 2, 5, 7. We're not told. We're not told where they come from, just a country, somewhere in the east. God doesn't speak to them. No angel speaks to them. They are warned in a dream, and it's just left at that. We've no idea why they sought the King of the Jews. Why? Why should people come from a far country to seek the King of the Jews? And when they do come, we're told there was great joy, an explosion of joy, and they did homage. And they went back to their country, and we're not told what happened to them. The shepherds had their faith fulfilled in the house of David, the Messiah, and they went and told people. Who knows what happened to the wise men? What happened to their faith? Did they tell anyone? We've no idea. Unlike with the shepherds, The weight of the story falls on the journey. We're told much more about the journey than why they made it and what they thought they'd found, whom they thought they'd found. So Matthew's Epiphany, then, the manifestation, is for perhaps those who are not too clear why they're being drawn to God, to Christ. For those who are complicated, unlike the uneducated shepherds, who had revealed to them in faith what they could never have reached with their reasons, unlike the wise men, the Magi, led by the star. So each of us is pulled by God in a different way, in his wisdom. We speak of following the star. Better to think of it as being led by the star, being drawn by God with this thread, which we scarcely understand, what brought us to God, what keeps us in God. The journey of the Magi is the journey of perplexed, puzzled people who yet venture on what they know of God and find much, much more. The words for their joy multiply. They don't just rejoice, they don't just have joy, they rejoice exceedingly with joy. And that's the 12th day of Christmas, the splendor of the star, but also the uncertain journey, the meanderings, the dangers, the non-explicit outcome of their worship, their homage for the King of the Jews.